Hello, my name is Laura Mirarchi and I'm the Troup County Extension Coordinator. Today we are here at Active Life in their beautiful raised bed area and their compost area as well. I'm here to talk with you a little bit about container gardening today. I know a lot of us are at home right now practicing safer in place, and container gardening is a great way to get the whole family involved, and you're going to reap great benefits of what you sow, literally. So let's talk a little bit about container gardening, what it is and how it's beneficial. Container gardening is effectively growing plants in pots or containers as opposed to growing them in the ground. We're talking about herbs today, specifically our friend rosemary here. Some of the benefits that I have found with container gardening include easy accessibility. It's literally within arm's reach. You can pick it up and move it around, say there's bad weather or it's getting too cold. You can bring your plants indoors. The lower surface area of the soil allows for less weeds, and it's a lot easier to water. All of those things are beneficial to me, and all of those are all reasons why I enjoy container gardening. Let's talk a little bit about rosemary here. Guys, in order to have a successful container garden, you're going to need plants, pots, soil, and fertilizer. And all of these things can be found at your local garden centers. Now, when it comes to rosemary, let's talk a little bit about the pot first. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, but we do encourage you to select something that has at least a 12-inch diameter and is 6 to 8 inches deep. The most important thing is that you want to have a drainage hole or drainage holes in the bottom, because rosemary likes consistently moist soil, but it doesn't like to be soggy. So drainage holes in the bottom of your pot are going to be very, very important. As with any containers that you're using to grow your herbs in, you're going to want to utilize a soil mixture that is lightweight and it drains easily. Some of these soil mixtures already contain fertilizers in them as well, and you can contact your local professional at your local garden center and they can point you in the right direction for the soil type that would work best for your plant. Now, once we have repotted our rosemary into our 12-inch diameter pot with the correct soil mixture, there's a couple of care items that we need to talk about. Watering is very, very important. But remember, rosemary does not like her feet wet, alright? So what that means is that she likes moist soil, but she doesn't need to be sitting in water. So, in order to thoroughly water your rosemary plant, you want to pour the water over the plant in the soil and allow it to drain out those holes in the bottom. That's how you know that you're thoroughly watering your plant. Just remember, don't let it sit in the water. Now, you might look at your plant and say, well, I don't know if it needs water or not. Well, you can take your finger, insert it into the top layer of soil for about 1 inch or 2 inches, and if that layer of soil is dry, it is time to water your plant. Now that we talked about watering, fertilizing is also important. Now, some of these potting mixtures already have fertilizer included in them, so if that is the case, do not add more fertilizer. You don't want to over-fertilize your rosemary. However, if you need an additional fertilizer because your potting mix does not include it, we recommend an all-purpose, water-soluble fertilizer. You'll follow the package directions, add the fertilizer, and once you've applied the fertilizer, give your rosemary a thorough watering. Now, the last part to proper care of your rosemary container plant here could be pests. Those pesky little things like aphids will oftentimes try to set up residence on your rosemary. A tablespoon of dish soap, put it into a gallon of water, mix it up, put it in a spray bottle, and you can spray that onto the leaves of your plant, allowing it to dry. And that should eradicate most pests for you. Just remember, before you use your rosemary in cooking, you're going to want to rinse it thoroughly, because nobody wants a soapy aftertaste in their delicious meal. So guys, we've learned a little bit about container gardening. You want to set your plants up for success with the correct pot size, proper soil, and then you want to follow all care instructions. And if you do that, then you will be able to have fresh rosemary year-round. Now, good luck out there and get to container gardening.